Hello, everyone. This is Mark Blanton, your host and owner of The Real South Africa. We are on the road again, and we want to present to you another city. It's called Durban, South Africa. Have you heard of it? If not, then you can go ahead and stick with us as we are on our way to Durban. So now, I do have a special guest with me. Her name is Dr. Latasha Blanton. Go ahead and say hello, Doctor.
Hello, everyone, and I'm not a special guest. I'm always here, floating around, looking at stuff, wanting to see this beautiful country, and I am so glad to be in Durban. We've been to Durban several times, but this time, we're actually going to show you all of the things that we were able to see this time, and we're hoping that you will enjoy it and hopefully book a trip to Durban because we have packages for Durban as well.
All right. Now, one thing I will tell you is, like I said, obviously we could have flown or flew to Durban from Johannesburg, but we always decide to, in most cases, just drive. It's a nice long drive, but the views as you get closer and closer to Durban are absolutely amazing. Right now, we're on final approach to Durban. And so, like I said, now you can start seeing the city off into the distance. And of course, like I said, before that we saw the mountains. Before that we saw the lush greenery. It is a sight to see, and that's why we always tell people, come to Durban, come here on a trip, see it for yourself, and feel it for yourself. The weather is always good for the most part in Durban. It's never really that cold, simply because it's really, really close or right on the Indian Ocean.
It is right there on the ocean, and there's nothing like a warm breeze coming off that ocean on a spring or a summer day. It just makes you feel, I don't even know, free and refreshed. You just want to relax, have your cooler box there, because cooler boxes are a necessity. You keep them on hand. You never know when you're going to need to stop and enjoy the space that you happen to be in at that moment.
Absolutely. So I hope that you are enjoying this drive that we're taking as we're going into this wonderful African city. And like I said, I know, Africa is not one monolithic place. It's different everywhere you go. And this is the southern portion of Africa. And this is how they roll down here. As you see, the infrastructure is really nice. The only thing that I can say is different is that we drive on the left side of the road. And of course, in the U.S., we drive on the right side. So you might be a little off because you're like, are they driving on the wrong side of the road? Well, actually, for this country, no.
We're driving on the right side of the road.
Yeah.
Our right side of the road.
Yeah.
Which is the left.
But yeah, we do like to have fun when we go on these trips. We like to have fun all the time here in South Africa because there's always something to do. There's always some fun to be had. There's always events. There's always places to go, things to do. I've said it 1,000 times. Like I said, I've been around the world, through my travels in the military for all those years. And of course, when I was U.S. Secret Service, got a chance to go to, you name it, I've probably been there. But like I said, I think the people of South Africa love to party, love to have a good time. When Friday comes and it's knockoff time, or the time they get off from work, they call it knockoff. It's on. It is on. They go pick up they go by the liquor store.
Yeah, they get to the liquor store,
Yep.
get their cooler boxes full.
Yeah.
And if you really sit around and watch promptly at knockoff time, if it's 5:02, you will see everybody gone, and that's because it is time to start enjoying their families, their friends, and socializing, which is a huge part of the culture, no matter which province you're in. And Durban is no different. They definitely want to get their socializing on, and we are happy to be a part of it as we make this drive through the city.
Yeah, and one thing you need to remember too is that once you get here, you're not alone. Let's say you came by yourself. You're going to make friends like in 5 minutes because the South Africans are very social. If they see you sitting by yourself, they're going to invite you over. They're going to come over and say, how you doing? And so forth. And then at that point, you got a friend. Then they probably say, hey, you ever heard of this place? Chances are you haven't. Florida Street, places like that. And then all of a sudden you're
hanging out.
Yeah, you're hanging out, having a good time.
Out.
And then it's 2 a.m. You're like, oh man, I got to get back and get me some rest. I got a tour to go on.
Or something. Literally just to get some sleep. But making friends is absolutely easy. That's one thing I can say for sure. And if you're a social person as well, or outgoing, trust me, you will have no problems. I mean, even your children will have no problems making friends here in South Africa because they are very social, very personable, very inviting people. And that's just another reason why we love this country. And Durban is just like any other province, welcoming and warmer than most,
Yeah.
but definitely a beautiful place.
Yeah, I always call Durban the tropics because if you look at the trees, you will see a lot of palm trees or palm-like trees pretty much everywhere you go, simply because the temperatures here are always nice, very low humidity, so you don't have to worry about like in the U.S. when you go out to Miami or Florida or hell, almost anywhere in the United States. As soon as it's too hot, you just start breaking out in the sweat, and you're like, man, it's so humid outside. They don't know humidity here. They think they do, but they don't know what it feels like to be, 100% humid.
Oh yeah, I mean, the little bit that they do have, they complain about it, and we're like, no, if you want to feel some real humidity, let me take you to the other side of the earth.
Yeah, exactly. So it's always a good time to come to Durban. They have a thing here in Durban, or an event. It's called Durban July. It's around horse racing and stuff like that. Everything here is pretty much upmarket or upscale, as we say in the United States. But the Durban July is a time when everybody comes. It's a literal party. The whole city is full of people. People like to dress very well. The guys like to bring their nice cars, and they like to ride up and down the beach lines and throughout the city. Several DJs are set up throughout the city. Parties are always happening. Events are happening in the city. You know how kind of like we have the July 4th weekend in New Orleans, Essence Festival. They try to do it here, and I would always tell them it's a purely American thing because that's more like a family reunion or a get together that people will be there every year. But that's what they do here in South Africa.
The best place, as you mentioned, Durban July. Keep in mind, July is literally the middle of the winter, but in Durban, the weather in July is still perfect. So why not have a festival in one of the warmest places in South Africa in the middle of winter? And that's what they do, and they get it in.
Absolutely. So as you see, we transitioned. We already checked into our hotel. Now, guess what? We're obviously at the beach. Wonderful beach. There's miles and miles and miles and miles of coastline. Literally, we at the southern tip of it. It goes all the way up north. Actually, it goes all the way to Mozambique. But there's tons and tons of beaches, not just in Durban, but all the way up to Richards Bay and beyond. So there's beach line that's available for all of us to come and have a good time. So that's why in our packages we always, we get hotels, as you see in the picture or in the video, that they're great hotels here. And a lot of the hotels we like to book for you guys, you have beach access. You can walk right out of your hotel, past all your amenities, past your buffets, past your bars, past your stuff that the hotel has set up for you, and walk right out onto the beach.
Direct beach access.
Yeah.
That is a luxury, especially meaning that this beach is usually packed, and because of COVID, obviously it's a little bit scarce. But trust me, when it gets closer to summer, you will be fighting for position because everyone's going to be on the beach. They do surf, they do a lot of water activities, so just keep in mind that if you are a water baby, there will be something for you to do. Parasailing, all that stuff right here on the Indian Ocean.
And there she is. Dr. Latasha Blanton. She's we just arrived. She's enjoying. She's so happy. She's like, I'm by the water. It's a great time. The weather's good. And hopefully we can get our feet in that water soon enough. So if you will, in the comments, tell us what you think. Tell us what you think of Durban so far. Like I said, it's a true African city right here in South Africa, and it's available to all of us. Things are opening up, and like I said, all the amenities that you would expect in a beach are here. The restaurants, all the vendors are here. Everything is here. The best part about it, though, and the most important part in my mind, is the fact that it's in Africa. Honestly, because at the end of the day, you're supporting the people who have jobs here. The more people who come and visit as a tourist, you're actually giving to the because of your tourism dollar, you are actually supporting the economy here in Durban. And one of the biggest economies is tourism. So they do really appreciate that you come and visit the awesome beauty of South Africa and Durban. And trust me, your tourism dollar will go a long way here in South Africa to helping those who are looking for positions in the tourism industry, and so people can hire them and they can get jobs, and of course they can also take care of their family. So it's a twofold. You get what you get, and you're absolutely happy because of the service and the climate in which you get to enjoy yourself, and of course being part of the majority. Let me pause there. Being part of the majority is really, really, really just a feeling that, like I said, it's not just for a minute or two, or when you go to to a certain location, maybe in your hometown, or you close the door and there's 5 people of color in your house. But this is everywhere you go. You're going to be part of the majority, and you're going to feel what it's like to be here. And of course, I've said it before and I say it again. Isn't that beautiful? First of all, that's the ocean. That's not the Atlantic, not the Pacific. This is come to a different ocean.
Come to a different ocean.
Yeah,
that's a nice way to put that.
Yeah, come to a different ocean.
Come to a different ocean.
And it's all available for you. But like I said again, tourism is really appreciated here. And of course, like I said, Durban is one city. There's many others, but right now we're in Durban.
And we're going to enjoy Durban, and we are inviting you to enjoy Durban. Those of you that have already booked a trip to Durban, stay excited, because what you're going to have access to will be well beyond what we're even able to show you, because there's so much to do. It's hard to try and do everything in one video. So just be prepared, be open, be ready. You're going to be relaxed. You're just going to have a good time. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's almost impossible to have a horrible time. Even if it's raining, you're going to have a good time, because just the atmosphere of being in Durban, in South Africa, just it gives something to you that you can't always put into words, but you're happy that you're there. Trust me.
Yeah, and right now, obviously, we had to leave the beach. Can't stay there forever, even though we were there for a long time. And of course, we're always having a good time. We're going to another location. It's called Umhlanga. I know it's kind of hard to say.
Which one is it?
Umhlanga Rocks. No.
Umhlanga.
See? I messed it up.
And I'm probably saying it wrong too, but hey, we're still American, and we're doing the best we can.
Yeah. But like I said, this right here, we're going to another area. It's pretty built up. It's actually going to Gateway. This area is called Gateway. There's a lot of upscale office apartments here. There apartments, office buildings. As you see, we're going to pass, like the Mercedes dealership, where there's a bunch of car dealerships. There's a lot of retail here. A lot of people live in this area. Nice homes, nice apartments. As you see, we're right off the ocean, not too far off the ocean right here. And you see how lush it is. Look at the trees. Look at the greenery. Obviously the air is perfect. So if you are craving to have clean air, I would probably just come here. Durban at one point, and still is, but it's not as much as it used to be. They grew a lot of sugar cane, tons and tons of sugar cane. So they have a lot of farms. They still have some farms, but it was mostly a lot of farming. But as things are progressing forward, businesses being conducted here, lots of business. One of the world's largest, South Africa's largest ports is right here in Durban. So they do a lot of commerce as well. As I mentioned earlier, you see the Mercedes-Benz dealership right there. I think on the right there's another dealership. There's just, people are not, most people in South Africa are not, as we would expect them to be, because they're in Africa. There's a lot of prosperity going on here in South Africa, and it's an all new economy, all new democracy, and as an African American, you might want to consider coming here, viewing it for yourself, seeing it, feeling it, because it's a feeling more than anything. And then there's the Land Rover dealership, and then you can see the gaps in the economy where you could fit yourself in, and they will be more than happy to have you here, because in a lot of ways you're coming and you're probably going to ultimately create a job for someone, and that's what they would like to promote, and so that's why they want you here. But look at what they have. They want you to see this type of stuff. They have really worked hard over the years to make this stuff happen, for the South African citizen. And of course, you got the opportunity because here in South Africa, they give you a 90-day visa. Free. As soon as you arrive, you get a stamp. 90-day visa. They don't charge you anything. When you go to Mozambique, you gotta pay. Other countries, you have to pay. Here in South Africa, they give you a tourist visa, so you got 90 days at a time to explore the country.
And 90 days, believe it or not, is very liberal. As far as a tourist visa is concerned, most places don't give you that long. But South Africa understands what they offer, and they know that you're going to need to be here for an extended period of time to actually get the feeling that they want you to have and that they want you to experience. And they really work hard making sure that they give you amenities and things that make you feel comfortable and make you feel like you don't have to look for regular things, everyday things. They have everything that you need right here, and a lot of things you didn't even know you needed. South Africa is very up and coming, very
progressive. Progressive.
Very
is the
progressive. And you'd be surprised at what you're able to learn from the South Africans and what you're able to add value to as an African American coming to this country. And they look forward to having you. So you can just come around and walk. Like I always say, you can walk the mall, get your 10,000 steps in, stop and get you a cup of coffee. But this is the place to be, to just relax and feel at home.
Yeah, and I will say, don't get it twisted, as we used to say back in the day. They're African. Trust me, they still have their cultures. They still have their beliefs. They still have everything that you think that African, even in your Western mind, what an African is, that's who they are. Just because they're wearing jeans and a T-shirt, do not make them Zulu. They are Zulu in every sense of the word. I brought up Zulu because we're in KwaZulu-Natal, and what that means is this is the land of the Zulus. This is where Shaka Zulu and all the and of course they have their own a king right now. They do have a king. So again, they take their culture very seriously, and I say that to say this is the opportunity for you as a Western person who obviously we never grown up in the way that they've grown up. Even though there's a lot of similarities, trust me, lots of similarities. There's a lot of differences too, and those are things that they will easily expose you to and be happy. I mean, extremely happy to look at you, to meet you first of all, so you can teach them about your culture and where you come from. So if you're from Mississippi, you can tell them about Mississippi. If you from Oklahoma, tell them about Oklahoma, because they're going to tell you about Durban and KwaZulu-Natal. They're going to tell you everything about it, and you're going to feel connected because you're going to be like, wow, that's very interesting and whatnot. And then at that point, now you can start making, South Africa maybe your second home, a place that you come when it's time to go on vacation, or as they say here, go on holiday. You're like, wow, I've been there before, and trust me, you're going to find layers and layers and layers of Durban. Like I said, we're just showing you a part. The people that are probably in the comment box that's from KZN. So, and I say KZN because we don't say KwaZulu-Natal all the time. We say KZN. Yeah, but like I said again, especially those that are looking from outside of the province and of course outside the country, what do you really think? I mean, what do you see? There's a lot of Western things going on, but trust me, it's sitting on top of Africa, and you're not going to be able to take the influence of Africa out of South Africans. Now, our thoughts are, personally, like I said, we like going to different provinces, seeing how different it is, and a lot of the time, it's because of the culture. It's because of what they do and what they've done for 1,000 years, easily.
And the fact that they're willing to share that with you is what's important to me. Coming here with an open mind, realizing that they know who they are. You'll hear me say that often. They know their culture, and the fact that they want to share it with you, and they understand a little bit about our history, and they understand that a lot of what we call our culture was stripped from us, and they are more than happy to bring you into theirs, give you a new name. I don't know how many names I've been given, but I take them all. I take them all, because every name that they have here means something, and they want you to know that you mean something because you're in South Africa. They really do practice Ubuntu, and that is, it's real. It's real, and it feels good to know that when they speak to you, they deliberately let you know that they see you.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that we take for granted, just saying hello is enough to make a friend.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, I've heard it several times. Hey, where are the African Americans? Like, where are they? Why aren't they coming here? And it's a running thing. But I will tell you this. And they also say, hey, we got this beautiful country. We got so much to do. It's so wonderful. We need somebody to play with. So they want to come and play. And believe me, that's in their DNA. I think no matter what culture you come from, it's all about chilling, and having a good time. You keep hearing me and Tasha say cooler boxes. Cooler boxes is a real thing. It's just a cooler like we have in the U.S. normally with a handle, but they put all their liquors and their beers and everything. Sometimes they might even have a little grill to go with it, and they will literally pull up in their car somewhere, almost anywhere, mostly in a park, and just set up shop. Turn on the radio. People start coming around. They got their cooler boxes. They start sharing drinks. Next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and you just had a time that you couldn't even have paid for. So again, of course, the nightlife is here. If you like the nightlife, it's all here. If you like that, if you're looking at doing business, it's all here. If you're talking about food, don't even get me started. Some of the best culinary designed food that you're ever going to eat, and the way it's cooked and seasoned and whatnot, it's all here.
Because they have the best culinary schools.
Yeah, the best culinary schools are right here in Joburg, Cape Town, and I think there are even some in Durban. But like I said again, get excited about coming to South Africa. Get it, whatever you heard before, put that to the side. Don't let that deter you. Don't let what I heard this and what I heard that, or you're talking to somebody from another part of Africa who hasn't been to South Africa. It's just like me, saying that, up in Canada is the same as Florida. It's not. It's not even the same. That's why the Canadians come to Florida. You know what I'm saying? So, again, think about that and go ahead and start working on booking your trip. Work with us. We are a full-service tourism company, Black-owned here in South Africa. We know that we're not marketed to in the U.S. as far as tourism is concerned, and that's what we do. So reach out to us. Now, for all you guys who stuck all the way through this video, we got some bonus footage for you. And here you go. Enjoy.